Well, hello guys. I thought I'd make a recent video since some of them that I'll be making, I think what I'm gonna do is post like one a week from present day and two a week from spring, summer, whatever. So on today's episode of Half-Ass Acres, we were cutting some silage with the Ferris lawnmower. As you can see, beautiful corn silage here. I was doing some mowing and things that were a little taller than it should, or a little bit taller stuff than that mower's meant for, let's put it that way. And as you can see now, I have the skid steer raising the mower up. I'll show you why. So if you look closely, you'll see that there is a, I think that's the belt off of the hydraulic pump on the combine that went bad last year. Or, I don't know, it was a belt off the combine. And it was in some tall grass. I didn't see it, and yeah, I wrapped her up good. So we're gonna do the safe thing with the skid steer, raising it. And we're gonna cut that out of there. So yeah, less than ideal. If I get killed, at least it'll be on camera. You guys will get to watch, so see if we can't get this out of here. I mean, it's wrapped up in there good, but on the bright side, the thing flailing around in there cleaned the deck out pretty good. You can see the paint again. Haven't seen that in a while. I figure while we're here, we'll sharpen the blades too. But yeah, less than ideal. Well, I don't know if you can tell by the burning rubber and smoke in here, but in the state of California, I probably have cancer now. But we almost have it out. I've cut it up and cut it up. The problem is I don't exactly have this chained right now. It's kind of sketchy how this is held on, and I don't want the mower to fall on me. So really don't want to pull on it too hard. So I'm gonna get a chain and wrap it. That way, if it does decide to fall, the chain will at least catch it. Safety first, you know. Safety first. At least we're using a big chain, you know, so it'll probably not break. All right, so as you can see, it's basically good as new now. We've got the entire belt out. I remember what this belt's off of. It's the, or it was, I guess, was the drive belt for the sickle bar on the 1020 bean head last year, but it is no longer. I mean, if a guy had some good Gorilla Glue or JB Weld, I don't know, you may put that back together, but I have my doubts. So anyhow, we'll continue on. Figure we'll clean the silage out of here, and maybe next time use the bush hog instead of the lawnmower, but hey, run what you brung, right? For safety's sake, I rehooked the chain, wrapped it around a couple times, so homemade lawnmower jack here. For safety's sake, we are gonna take our safety glasses here, put them on, and give the blades a good once over so it'll cut grass a little better. Now, I recommend these lawnmower blades. Couldn't tell you what brand they are. They're what came on the mower, but I will say they can take some serious crap. I've hit rocks, conduit this year with it. I've hit concrete. I've hit large amounts of weeds, plastic bale wrap that was on the side of the road. I've hit a couple tree stumps, some rebar. So all in all, pretty good mower. It's definitely, I use it beyond its purposes, but solid little machine. Makes really nice stripes in the yard, as long as you sharpen the blades and grease it and keep the belt tight. Okay, those blades are about sharp enough to cut butter again, so I count that as a win. I would say that, I didn't see that. Anyhow, they're sharp enough to cut butter again. Somebody dumped a thumb drive off for me. Didn't realize that. Okay, that thing is greased, sharpened, and I put a striping kit on it, so it's ready to roll again. And the combine was dead to load them on a head cart, so next best thing. Got a draper, don't have any use for these anymore. This is actually the junk one that I folded the auger on last fall, for those that watched. It's still got beans wrapped up in it, so good times. That was a bad day, but for what it cost to replace the auger, you could buy a head cheaper, so that's what I did. I have 2 of them, and I sold both of them. Well, there is 2 1020 heads. He drove a flatbed truck here with a head cart behind it. It appears that it will work. I mean, as long as you got a driveway between you, your rogator can identify as a Haggie. I don't know how much green snap we're making back there, but we are putting fungicide on corn until the driveway runs out here. But yeah, I can say I've put fungicide on tasseled corn now with my sprayer. All of about 50 foot of it. But hey, we did it. We now identify as a Haggie. We're basically just a backwards Haggie. Like, I just need to turn the cab around, as the Iowan farmer says it. This thing is pretty much ready to roll again. I got it set for about between 125 and 130 pounds of wheat per acre, which is like 1.4, 1.5, or no. Yeah, that's the rate I want wheat at. I don't know enough to tell you. I just know it's set at what I was told to set it at, so that's ready to go. And then the 5230 here, I'm gonna service it, change the oil filters. I actually put more hours on it than I thought. And having some issues. As you can see, I got this all apart here. My linkage is down here for the gear shift. Having some problems with that. I'm gonna try and figure it out myself, but if not, I'll call Hofs and have them send a tech down. It's all mechanical linkage, but I'm not exactly sure. It's just those threaded rods here. And I'm not entirely sure how to adjust those to what they're supposed to be. I actually snapped one of them off and had to buy another one, which is right here. And this little brass rod, all it is just a little brass rod. It's like $115, so a little ridiculous if you ask me, but I had to have it. So I don't know, just for the sake of not tearing up more little stuff like that, it's almost worth paying the money for a service call. I don't know. I'm going to try it myself, but if I get into it too deep, I'll just call somebody. So after our mowing extravaganza earlier, got this thing out today. Put the guidance on it. Now, yeah, it's a little bit overkill, but I already have it. I may as well use it. So through the globe up there, got it hooked up. It'll work all right, I guess. And then I tack welded on some brackets there and there, and one over there and on the other side. I'll put some more lights on this thing. It's not real bright at night. Not that we'll be using it a whole lot, but the ones up there I actually have on bolts, so I can turn them and make them adjustable a little bit for when I'm running the swing away auger. So I'll be able to turn them out. So typically that auger, you know, it's going up to the bin. Auger comes out, makes a 90 underneath the semi. So I'll be able to kind of shine down in there when I'm unloading at night. That'll be nice. But cheap Amazon LEDs. But we're gonna wash this thing, wax it. I was messing with the depth of the drill here. I think I've got the rate set where I want it for wheat. Now granted, we're still, you know, a month or more out. Well, more than a month out on planting any wheat, but it's probably gonna put it right around 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, which for wheat, pretty much as long as you're covering it and not burying it, should be fine. So yeah, everything turns, everything's doing what it's supposed to. I'm not a huge fan of how you adjust the settings on this. It's got a measurement right there. It's got a little gauge, which you can't read half of them. Half of them are worn off, but basically it adjusts. There's some cups in here, and it adjusts how much seed it lets out, essentially, which a drill is basically a controlled spill, but we're going for like 1.4 to 1.7 million seeds per acre, which is like roughly 125, 130 pound. So that's what it's set for. I don't know much about wheat, but that's what we're gonna try. So we'll get this thing washed and waxed and see if we can't spit shine it up a little bit. Well, we're giving everything a good polishing. Got the drill sparkling, got the tractor shiny. My wife's mowing somewhere over there. The dogs are watching her. Power washer makes things look nice. We're gonna rub it down with some soap and make it look real pretty, but definitely got this thing shined up a little bit better than what it was. I gotta admit, those new self-driving lawnmowers are pretty cool. In a way, I paid extra for it. It cost me a ring, but the lawnmower didn't cost more. Dogs are watching. This thing is money well spent. This is going to be perfect for the combine this fall. Getting the grass out of the landscaping. It's perfect. It's perfect. Every little pop you hear here, a bug dies. All those flies falling out of that one. All these flies dying in that one. That one's popping too. I love it. I hate flies. Anyhow, we've been doing some polishing, some waxing. Got this shining up pretty good. Pretty happy with how it looks. Come over to here. I haven't done this side yet. It's pretty dull yet, as you can see. But if you look at what I haven't done compared to what I have, it's night and day difference. Got the lights all wired up, which I actually got some scuffs there I need to wax out, but got those wired up, 2 of them on the back. They're plenty bright. Probably gonna take these off. That one's burnt out, and I pulled all the wiring off that one to wire up these 2 lights, so probably gonna take those off. And then come up here, got our guidance set up, which this is a cheap little deal I bought off a neighbor a few years back. It served me well. Sprayed with it last year and used it for a little bit of everything in between since. Really like having it. It's handy. You can see I've got half the hood waxed. That part of the hood's waxed, that part is not. So that's all still nice and dull. So that's what I'm gonna finish out the night doing. I'm gonna edit this video and finish waxing this. So drill's pretty much ready to go. Tractor's pretty much ready to go. I had to rig up a switch, put this radio in. It hadn't worked for a few years actually. Ended up having to, I just hooked it up to a switch because the way I wired it up first, it wouldn't shut off. So I just put a kill switch to it. I need to tie that up. I don't know, I make a little hole, cut out a little hole or something and stick the switch in it. But turn the switch on. You got a radio. So that'll be nice. And then I also have this little deal up here so I can charge my phone. I got a phone charger here. And then if I want to listen to anything specific, I've got like it's basically like a Bluetooth deal that you plug into a USB lighter or cigarette lighter and plug your phone into it, and it'll basically create its own radio station, so you can play whatever you want on your phone and listen to it on a radio that's not Bluetooth. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Before I go, I've been asked over and over and over, so I'm gonna reveal something, I guess. So if you watch the live stream, you've seen it, but some people asked, or a lot of people have been asking, what did you replace the 9330 with? For those that don't know, I had an articulated tractor. It was the first tractor I ever bought, actually, that burned up this spring. What ended up causing the fire, they determined, which I was kind of glad they found out. That way I don't ever have it happen again, hopefully. But there was a hydraulic hose that was rubbing the constant hot wire off of the battery. Hydraulic hoses are steel braided, and they've got rubber on the outside of them. Those hoses had just been rubbing for who knows how long. Could have been years. But they rubbed enough that the metal on metal, it arced, and I think there was some corn stalks, some leaves and stuff just built up from running the vertical till last fall through corn stalks that had gotten under the cab. So, I mean, it wouldn't have, you know, I like to keep equipment clean, but there's always something somewhere that can burn if I guess it really wants to, if everything's just right. So, I mean, it wouldn't have taken much of a spark. But anyhow, it burnt. That's what caused it. This is what I replaced it with. Now, I got the hood up right now. Nothing's wrong with it. I'm just getting ready to service it. So that's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow is, since the tractor is new to me, now, granted, they said that it went through a shop. And I'm not saying that it didn't, but just for my, just so I've got a sound state of mind, I'm going to pull all the filters, drain all the fluids, and start from scratch so I know what I got. It doesn't need the oil changed right now. I mean, they wrote on the filters when they did it. It definitely doesn't have the hours that it needs changed, but I just want to pull those filters, see what the oil looks like, see what comes out the oil pan, kind of know what I got a little more. But it is a 275. I think it was an 04 or an 05 model, but it's a 275. So these came with a caps pump. Caps pumps weren't the best fuel pumps ever. It's got an 8.3 Cummins in it, but those caps pumps were notorious. Some of them lasted 10,000 hours. Some of them lasted 10 hours. They're finicky. Some people love them, some people hate them, but the caps pump on that went out for the previous owner, and they actually replaced it with a P pump, a mechanical P pump. So that's what the Magnum has. That's what actually, even though that's a 5.9 Cummins and this is an 8.3, they've actually got their P pumps. A little bit of a difference, just basically in how they're set up, but really similar mechanically. But it's 275. It is turned up to a little over 300. I haven't really ran it enough to know what kind of power it's got. Now, I pulled the Landau a little bit with it there at the very, very end of spring. I had some corn that I had to replant, so I ran it, I don't know, maybe 50 acres, and it wasn't short on power. It definitely felt like it had more power than the 9330. But I'll do a quick little walk around of it, I guess, end of the video. So this thing is in pretty good shape. It's got really good tires on it, as you can see. They got plenty of life left to them, and all 8 of them are matching. They were all replaced at once. It's got an ag leader auto steer system. Of course, me being me, I ripped every single light off of it. I put LEDs on it. I like these oval. That's actually what the newer Steigers and stuff have. I just kind of like the look of them. So I put these oval lights on the fenders. I put like the factory looking square ones up at or rectangle ones at the top. But pretty solid tractor. I got to replace that mirror there. I looked at it too closely one day and it shattered. Actually what happened is when it got trucked here, I think it smacked a tree limb or something, but this is where I got it from Richie's. It came from Wisconsin. I bought this thing sight unseen. Made me a little nervous, but here it is. The muffler was in pretty rough shape, so I actually took the muffler off and I just put a chrome straight pipe on it. It's not ungodly loud. In fact, I'll fire it up here, get in the cab. But it's not stupid loud. It's a little bit louder than it was. The cab's a little bit dirty right now, so bear with me. I haven't got it cleaned out yet from when I ran it this spring. Windows are definitely in need of a bath. This tractor has 5,400 hours on it. So, start it up here. Well, I lied. It appears that it doesn't have the juice to start, but it tried. Maybe if we shut our lights off, I don't know. Maybe. Nope, she's not gonna start. But it's been sitting here for, shoot, a month and a half since it's been started. So, 4 remotes. I do have to take this little deal here. This is your intercooler. Oh, no. Basically, you get air from there. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But I got to plumb that into the exhaust. That's where it initially was. It's got this ag leader system here. It's an older deal, but it does work. It's some Windows 98 looking stuff, but it does work good. It's got, you know, complete integrate. Well, I don't want to say integrated, but auto steer here. Got your pedal to engage it right there. So I wish it would have started, but you guys will see plenty of it. So that's what I got to replace the Steiger. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to post this a little bit late tonight, but this is recorded as of today, which is August something, like 5th, 6th, 10th. I don't know what day it is anymore. But yeah, just some odd and end stuff, starting to get ready for harvest. I'd like to get these tractors done in the next couple days. I've got some parts. I tore the bush hog up a little bit the other day. I pretzeled a U-joint on it, so gonna get that pulled in here, fix that when the parts come in. It's hooked to the Magnum right now, so I'll just go over the Magnum when I do that, and it will be ready for the cart. This tractor, the Steiger, unfortunately does not have a PTO, so the cart will be on the Magnum this fall, but I do have something coming, should be here in the morning, for this tractor that's going to be really, really fun to pull this fall. It's probably going to be all this tractor wants, but it should be fun to pull. Pretty excited to get it. But like I said, just starting to get ready for fall. I'd like to get these tractors knocked out this week and then hopefully start on the combine. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try and make more and more videos, I promise. I'm going to try and put out at least 1 or 2 a week of old footage so I can get caught up. I'm going to weed through the boring stuff, try and keep it somewhat exciting, and then make more updated videos that are up to date. But I really just hate to dump a bunch of old footage. But that's up to you guys. If you guys really don't watch them a lot, or you know, if they're not doing as well, I'll probably just dump some of that old footage and stick with the new stuff. But there is some good planning and spraying footage, just random stuff throughout the spring and summer. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you do like the video. Hit the little bell thing. You get notified when I post videos, I think. But do that, thumbs up, you know, whatever. You help the channel. The more this takes off, the more I'll kind of put forth the effort to do this. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and till next time, I'll keep on farming, I guess.